Hello YouTube, it's Accurate again, back with another video from the home studio. And today I want to make some music with the Analog Lab 4 from Arturia.
Accurate Beats.
So Arturia updated their V Collection package from version 6 to version 7, which introduces a few new cool things. And I'm going to take a closer look at the Analog Lab 4 that's a part of the V Collection 7. And now, even though I enjoy switching between different plugin instruments and having new graphical interfaces and new settings and new presets available to me, as much as the next guy, sometimes it's just really nice to have everything in one single window right then and there. And that's exactly what you get from the Analog Lab 4 software. Let's load it up in the computer and see how it looks and see if we can make some music today with just this thing. So let's start by opening up the Analog Lab software. And here we are. The interface looks kind of similar to the previous version, and everything on the controller seems to be working really good too. And by the way, the controller is the Keylab 49 MK2 by Arturia. So everything is mapped right out of the box and everything just works. It's a really high quality keyboard, so I think it's a good choice for this video. So I have 9,107 presets available to me right here in this list. But if I want to sort them out a little bit, I can use the menu over here. So say that I'm looking for a specific instrument. I have a couple of ones to choose from here. And, well, Pigments. Pigments is actually a part of the Analog Lab software now. I made a video on Pigments a few months back. You can check the video in the card up there. So that's really cool. You also have a new Mellotron and a couple of things here and there, and a lot of stuff that we recognize from the previous versions. Now let's just give it a try and take an upright piano and maybe that one. Or let's take something from the Mellotron, just whatever preset really. And things like the sustain and release are adjustable just like that. So let's try the ARP 2600 as well and go for maybe a lead sound that is hard. Maybe the lead detune. Maybe not exactly for me, but it sounds cool. And we can also switch from the synths to the pianos, to the organs, or to the multi things. So maybe Morning Roads is more my style. Now let's go over to the synths again and see if we can find a sub bass. So let's click bass, and let's just write up here that I'm looking for a sub. That's a sub bass. That one too. So what happens here is that the Analog Lab helps me to find the different sounds and just loads them up in like a smaller version of the actual plugin that it comes with in the entire V Collection 7. So this one, for instance, comes from the modular synth. And let's go for something completely different. Some strings, and just go nuts here, just pick one. The Matrix 12, so it's going to sound very different. But I also have the option to click here on the actual interface and get a representation of it up on my screen inside of the Analog Lab software. And this immediately gives me access to do things like that sort of things, even though this is maybe not accessible through the actual menus in the bottom. I have access right here. So set up like this, I can access most of the things in the entire V Collection 7 just through one simple interface of the Analog Lab 4 software. And now I'm just getting inspired by this, so let's load up Logic and the Analog Lab as a plugin inside of Logic to actually produce some music. Okay, so we are inside of Logic right now, and I've prepared this a little bit. I've set the sequencer to 89 BPM, and I imported one of my old drum loops into the sequencer as well. So I have something to start with. So I want a new track here with Analog Lab 4, like that. And I think I want to start this track off with something really simple just to set the standard. I have a chord progression in my mind right now, so let's see if I can do that with the piano. So that's a nice piano sound. I'm going to record something on top of the drums that, by the way, sounds like this. So I have this chord progression in mind that I'm just gonna give a try. So maybe I could do something like... later on, but who knows. Now I think I want to layer this whole piano chords thing with another sound from the Analog Lab. Let's just go for something here. It says that it's a sequence, so... well, I don't know, but let's try it with the piano. So it kind of sounds like this flute that's breaking through the mix sometimes, but that's kind of cool, I guess. Let's just lower the volume. Okay, let's keep that and just duplicate the track again and do some other stuff with the MIDI as well as changing the actual instrument. Okay, so now let's do the opposite way and click Synth and click Instrument and go to the Mellotron because that's always fun. And inside the Mellotron, let's find something that sounds like a Mellotron. Okay, that's a really strange one, so let's give it a try. So I really like the Mellotron thing, but I'm gonna save it to another part of the beat because it gets kind of repetitive. But I don't have any bass here yet, so let's do the exact same thing as I did before. Go to Synth, hit Bass, and write Sub. Well, at least it has some bass in it, so let's just record it. So I like the bass line, but let's take the entire channel and duplicate it over here. And let's look for another sound to put in a layer together with that bass. I want something with a little bit more punch, so let's check this one out together with the other one. So it's starting to glue together a little bit, and I kind of like that. And let's just see if I can add a little bit of a just some kind of effect on here, a little noise or something. Yeah, something like that. Let's turn the delay down a little bit and the volume too. So sure, let's just put it on the first beat of the sequence. Like that. So what happens if I take away the piano? So now I think it's time to go over here and check out the next pattern, which is exactly the same right now, but this drum loop doesn't have the hi-hat, so it feels a little bit less energized, I guess. Now let's take away the piano there and let's just do something more. And by the way, I need to take this one down an octave. And like that, I don't really feel like I have anything more to put in this one for now. So let's just put some scratch on top of this one, and maybe I'm gonna finish it in a couple of days and put it on Spotify and whatever, if you guys would like me to. So my final thoughts now about the Analog Lab for using it just like this in a quick little beat making session. I have to say that it's really fast to work with, and it's a nice and simple way to get access to a lot of the different sounds. It's kind of easy to get lost in all of the different presets that are available in the V Collection 7, and this is kind of a nice way to get started and dipping your toes into it. And I know it didn't really show on camera, but I tried a lot to find some different cool drum sounds with using the Analog Lab 4. But that just took too much time, so I decided to just grab one of my old loops, and I think that kind of worked. But I promised you to put some scratch on it, so let's get into that. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe and all of that. But until next time, ha det gott!
La